Each of them, along with the incredible families, doctors, and scientists that you'll meet, are coming together with one common goal: to cure EB. So what did it look like to put this show together? Here's a sneak peek behind the scenes of Venture into Cures.
All right, let's do this. All right. Hey everyone, my name is Tom Holland and welcome to Venture into Cures.
Thank you, Tom, and thanks to everyone for being part of this mission. EB is a devastating disease. It affects kids from birth. But what makes this cause different is we can actually do something about it in our lifetime. We believe with the right resources and the right team that we can cure this disease by the end of this decade, by 2030.
EBRP have done some amazing things in, developing clinical trials and helping fundraise all sorts of different things. So doing this for me is a perfect way to use what I'm good at for good.
This year, Tom Holland, many people know as Spider-Man. We know him as just an amazing, amazing all-around guy that cares about curing this disease. And he took up arms with us and said, look, I believe in this cause. I have an organization called Brothers Trust with his 3 brothers.
The Brothers Trust is probably the thing I'm most proud of that has happened in my career. It's a trust that my family and I set up in order to raise money from around the world and give to causes that don't necessarily get the light that they deserve. Most of the time when I tell people about this charity and about the disease, the question first is, what's EB? I've never heard of that before. So the more people we get on board, the more understanding we have with this disease, the stronger chance we have of curing it.
Tom Holland may be a superhero in the movies, but the biggest superhero he could ever be is the role that he plays for the kids and families that go through this disease. They look up to him. His superpower is taking an active role and joining us on our mission to cure this disease.
For me as an actor, I'm always looking for ways to kind of use what I can do as an actor to spread the word, and this is the perfect way to do it.
I just love Spider-Man, and I am so excited to see what he has in store for the show. Now, finding a cure for EB is not an if, it's a when. And finding that cure is something that I've dreamed about since I was a little girl. Wonder why? Well, here's my story. One of the best things about my parents, they knew from day one that they weren't going to hold me in a bubble. They knew they had this fragile child and they wanted to protect her, but they didn't want to hold me back. And that is the biggest blessing they could have ever given me, the chance to live. My name's Liz Trenier. I am a television host in Canada. What people may not know about me is I suffer on the daily from a rare skin condition called epidermolysis bullosa, and it's a daily struggle. You don't realize how incredible your parents are until you grow up and you kind of reflect on those moments. I remember squeezing my dad's hand, and my mom was like, okay, take a deep breath, squeeze dad's hand a bit harder, because this is gonna be a sore one. And she'd have to open up the wound and do the dressing and do the ointments and all that. And I would just remember holding on to my dad's hand. You just wanna be treated like a normal kid. The fun fact is, nobody's normal. We all have a different part of our life that we struggle with. I'm so fortunate to work in a field that I love. I absolutely love making television, and I love being on set. I have a crew of people who are so supportive. They understand my limitations, and they know that we've got to put insoles in my shoes, and we've got to have slippers on standby, only soft materials on my skin. I might want to wear that dress, but okay, we're gonna have to figure out how I can to make it work with my condition. Having EB has taught me to just look at the world with a kinder eye, and I would not take that back for anything. My name's Liz Trenier, and I'm thriving with EB. EB Research Partnership is the largest global organization supporting EB research, and I am so proud to be here counting down the minutes to Venture into Cures. Last year's special raised more than $2 million to fund vital research. Now, if you missed it, no worries. Here are some of the highlights.
I'm my own crew. I'm just setting up the camera here. It's Judd Apatow.
Hey everyone.
Hello everyone.
Hello everybody.
My name is Andrew Day.
Hey everyone, I'm Laura Dern.
Gaten here to talk rare disease.
Hi, my name is Dave Letterman, and perhaps you know me as Dave.
Epidermolysis bullosa, a terrible disease that we need to destroy.
Help us heal EB. Simply, that's the mission.
We have one bold, audacious goal: cure EB and cure it quickly.
Epidermolysis bullosa affects the body's largest organ, the skin. People with EB are missing vital proteins that bind the skin together.
My name is Eli Maher. I am 6 years old. I have epidermolysis bullosa. Sometimes it hurts.
You know, I can't help but think about how much those living with EB can teach us. Lessons in humility, grace, and perhaps most of all, bravery.
To think that now that there's so many people helping, it's incredible.
What's happening here is even bigger than EB. If we find a cure for EB today, we can help cure 7,000 other rare diseases tomorrow. That's 400 million people, 10% of the global population, 95% of which do not have any treatments.
So let's say hi to the doctors now. Hi, doctors.
Hi, Jimmy.
How are you?
Hi, Jimmy. How are you doing?
You just want to, all day long, as much as you can, raise awareness and raise money for EB. Respect.
When you see the intense pain that these kids go through, the baths and the bandages, and it's hard not to want to dedicate a large portion of your life to doing whatever you can to help.
Lots of different therapies where we can fix genes. That's the holy grail.
I can barely even fit in my jeans.
Curing EB is not an if, it is a when. Scientists know EB's genetic target and are studying cutting-edge techniques like gene editing and stem cell technology to develop a cure. Momentum is everything.
Now's the time. Let's heal EB.
If you think last year's show was amazing, just wait. The countdown is on for Venture into Cures 2021, hosted by none other than Spider-Man himself, Mr. Tom Holland. I'm so excited. Now, while we wait for it, here are a couple of other superheroes that I would like for you to meet. Here's Eli Maher and his sister Lily.
Adversity, you know, that's where heroes come from, and they come in all shapes and sizes, obviously. And, you know, didn't set out to be one, but they are now.
My name is Eli Maher. I am 6 years old. I'm just a regular kid, but I have epidermolysis bullosa. You can call it EB. It's easier. EB is a rare condition. Sometimes it hurts.
Eli was adopted from China when he is 4 years old.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Aha!
Our family knew he had EB, but that didn't make a difference. Eli is a superhero to me. It makes me sad when people stare or point at him, and sometimes they can say things that are really hurtful.
I tell people I was born different, but we are all born different, and that's great. We can all learn from each other.
We want people to know if someone looks different than you, instead of staring, they should come say hi. I hope that when people see our shirts, they'll take a minute to stop and learn more about Eli and EB. I think if we all come say hi, we can do a lot of good things together.
I want to teach you about EB.
EB?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You guys
Welcome.
have a wonderful day.
You too.
The more we understand each other, the better the world will be. Some people say my skin is like the wings of the butterfly because it can break easily. Butterfly wings are fragile, but they also help them fly. I may have EB, but I'm going to keep on flying.
Eli is amazing. For him to have this idea and let people know that it's okay when you see someone different, it's a huge thing, and it's very courageous. When you see the intense pain that these kids go through, the baths and the bandages, and it's about as hard a thing to watch as anything I've ever witnessed in my life. This is a big mountain that they have to climb every day, and it's hard not to want to dedicate a large portion of your life to doing whatever you can to help. A simple, small word like that, 2 letters, it can smash down barriers. So me and Eli want you to come say hi. Join us at ebresearch.org. Please, thank you.
We are just minutes away from Venture into Cures 2021. Hosted by Tom Holland, the show will bring together Zendaya, Selena Gomez, James Arthur, Ed Sheeran, the Jonas Brothers, Jack Black, and so many other superstars. You know who else is a superstar? The doctors who are leading the charge on finding the cure. Now, last year, Jimmy Kimmel spoke to 2 of these brilliant researchers. Take a look.
There are extraordinary people all over the world out there every day helping and healing for humanity. They work tirelessly to find a solution, to find an answer, to find a cure. You're about to meet 2 heroes in the world of EB. At Stanford University, Drs. Anthony Oro and Dr. Jean Yu Tang are leading the way with some groundbreaking research. So let's say hi to the doctors now. Hi, doctors.
Hi, Jimmy.
How are you?
Hi, Jimmy. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing? And more importantly, what are you guys doing?
Dr. Tang and I are trying our hardest to provide therapies for the kids with epidermolysis bullosa.
We work on clinical trials, testing new drugs, new therapies on patients, and we work in the lab to discover new genes and new cells that can go in patients.
How do you know you're getting closer? How can you tell? What are the signs?
For the first time ever, there are clinical trials, so we're testing new creams, new gene therapy, new proteins. Many of these treatments look like they're helping the wounds and the skin. It's not a cure yet, but there's a ton of research, there's a ton of excitement, and we're really optimistic for the next couple of years.
What is the toughest nut to crack? What is the hardest thing to figure out?
Well, I think the hardest thing is because this disease is lacking the protein for the entire body, we can cure parts of it, like on the skin, but also there's blisters on the inside as well. And that is the major challenge, is really to provide a complete cure for the kids.
What is specifically giving you signs of hope that you're getting close?
So the thing that gives me hope is we're starting to do this first on the skin, whether it's using genes to replace and improve the skin cells on the surface. But when we go for cure, it's replacing all the cells on the surface of the body and internally, and one where you need treatment, but it lasts, not short term.
Is your work with EB something that could benefit people with other rare diseases?
Yeah, so these same therapies can be used for those diseases as well, both rare diseases as well as more common diseases that have wound healing problems.
Jimmy, if we were successful, this would be a triumph for science. When I went into science and medicine, I thought, look at patients and kids with a single gene mutation. Can't we fix that? And if we can fix that, then that opens the entire world for lots of different therapies where we can fix genes. That's the holy grail.
I can't even begin to comprehend how you do this. I can barely even fit in my genes. And I thank God that we have people like the two of you working on this. And these are the people that we need to support. You need to have every resource available to help save people's lives, help save families, and just make people happy. And I thank you for doing this, doctors.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Well, let's meet some of these hardworking folks around the world, some of the finest minds in science. Remember science, working to find a cure for EB. Thank you, doctors.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ann Lucky from Cincinnati Children's Hospital. As chair of EBRP's Scientific Advisory Board and a longtime EB physician, I lead the review of all research applications to EBRP and recommend promising projects for funding.
Hello, I'm Dr. Andy South from Thomas Jefferson University. My work focuses on technologies to combat squamous cell carcinoma and heal EB.
Hello, I'm Joanna Jacob from King's College London, England, and I use stem cells to fight squamous cell carcinoma to improve the lives of EB patients.
Hello, I'm Dr. Vicky Chen from Tufts Medical Center. I study treatments for ocular disease to heal EB.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jacob Tolar from University of Minnesota. My lab studies cutting-edge gene editing to heal EB.
Hello, I'm Mark D'Souza. I work to establish companies that take innovative therapies to heal EB through clinical trials.
I'm Dr. Dimitri Kivitsi from Freiburg, Germany. I research tissue biomarkers to improve wound care and better design of clinical trials to heal EB.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alison Cowan from the University of South Australia, and I'm developing an antibody therapy for the treatment of EB.
Hello, this is Dr. Alan Hovnanian from INSERM in Paris, France. I research optimal delivery of stem cells to heal epidermolysis bullosa.
Hosted by Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man, Venture into Cures 2021 is just minutes away. But first, let's turn it over to Chris Hemsworth, aka Thor, for a story that touched all of our hearts last year.
Hello, everyone. I can't help but think about how much those living with EB can teach us. Lessons in humility, grace, and perhaps most of all, bravery. It's now my honor to introduce one of the bravest young men I've ever come across, John Hudson. What makes a superhero? Is it a person with super strength, super speed, the power to save lives? Or is it simply the extraordinary courage to inspire others, despite your own pain? John Hudson's origin story began 18 years ago in Staten Island. Born with recessive dystrophic EB, he has the equivalent of third-degree burns practically all over his body. If you've ever experienced a burn, you can imagine only the smallest fraction of his pain.
The pain is it's horrible.
An avid comic book fan, John Hudson is inspired by the stories of Doctor Strange, Wolverine, and Spider-Man. None of them are perfect, but stories of transformation and redemption give him hope. But only now is John Hudson realizing his own superpowers. Despite rarely leaving his room, he uses his voice to spread awareness and comfort others who may be struggling.
I like that you can take what you have and use it for good. It's my responsibility to help myself and others with EB.
John Hudson doesn't need a cape to touch lives around the world. With the support of his family, he has donated bandages to people fighting EB in Brazil, all the way to Vietnam. So how would John Hudson like his saga to unfold?
I want it to be a day where if there's a child born with EB, they won't have to live with it long enough to experience the things that I've experienced.
He's waiting for that moment in the story where he can annihilate EB. The moment where the gene therapy works and the first child becomes healed, and then the next, until no more EB.
18 years ago when I was born, and there was absolutely nothing going on. To think that now that there's so many people helping, it's incredible.
You know, John, a good buddy of mine, he goes by the name of Iron Man. Well, he once said that heroes are made by the path they choose, not the powers they're graced with. John Hudson, you may not be on the easiest path, but your story and your journey has touched the lives of so many people. You're my friend, and you're a real hero.
Thanks to Chris Hemsworth for that story. John Hudson is such an incredible young man. Venture into Cures 2021 is just minutes away. But first, this is a powerful story from Laura Dern.
Hey everyone, I'm Laura Dern, and when my beloved friend Jill Vedder asked me if I would come and help out, it was an incredible privilege and honor. She and Ed helped me raise my children as we all co-parent together through life as friends and families. And as a parent, I can't imagine anything more heartbreaking and heart-wrenching than watching what families who are dealing with EB go through. We've met some incredible kids, but we've also met some incredible parents, moms and dads who are right there to help their children in every way possible to keep them healthy, safe, and strong. That's what being a parent is. It's not a title, it's an active verb. Changing bandages, cleaning wounds, and just protecting their child any way they can. What it takes is a fighter. And even though most parents will fight for their kids, not every parent is an actual fighter. Luis Ortiz is a professional boxer who held the interim heavyweight champion title for 2 years. He can punch and counterpunch and go toe-to-toe with anybody. In fact, he's so tough, they call him King Kong. Over the years, he's taken plenty of hits, but the biggest blow he ever received happened outside the ring when his daughter was diagnosed with EB. That's when he realized who he's really fighting for.
I left Cuba when I was 4 years old. I was really sick and my father wanted to bring me here to get better.
Crecer en Cuba es algo distinto al crecer en este país. Ellos no tienen. Si comes no viste y si viste no comes. This is my family. It's my life. Mi hija nació con una necrosis en el dedo. Querían amputar el dedo a mi hija. Yo le dije a mi esposa que si le amputaban el dedo a mi hija, yo también me lo iba a amputar. Al mes le diagnosticaron que tenía epidermiolisis bulosa. El Rooster, he's fighting.
Yeah, he's a fighter. I have very sensitive skin, and if I get scratched, it just opens. I barely hurt anymore. I feel a lot better, and I don't get sick very often.
Gracias a Dios, ella está bien. Hay cosas que no puede hacer. Hay días que ella no está bien y se llena de ampollas y eso hay que tener fuerza para curarla porque eso le duele demasiado. Mis hijos son todo para mí. Ellos son la razón por la que yo me subo al ring y entreno todos los días. Ellos son mi razón de triunfar.
This is the countdown to Venture into Cures 2021, and I am Liz Trenier. Next up, they are very close friends of EBRP co-founders Eddie and Jill Vedder and wonderful supporters of the cause. Here are the Finns with David Bowie's A Moon Age Daydream.
I'm an alligator. I'm a mama papa coming for you. I'm a space invader. I'll be a rock and roll bitch for you. Keep your mouth shut. You're squawking like a big monkey bird, busting out your brains to the world. Keep your electric eye on me, baby. Oh.
wait, it's not good night just yet. We're just getting started, and I promise the next hour will make you laugh, cry, feel inspired to act, knowing that if we work together, we will cure EB. Now, the moment we've all been waiting for. This is Venture into Cures 2021.
Elongate is a social impact startup on the blockchain with a network of hundreds of volunteers and hundreds of thousands of investors. Elongate has donated $3.5 million to worthy causes in just 6 months. The startup is building a tech ecosystem that links corporations and creators together to unlock capital for charity through crypto. With the blockchain, earning and giving go hand in hand as we build a better world. Learn more at elongate.cc.
Okay, so I'm in LA. I'm doing a content day for the new Spider-Man movie.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm!
We can travel again. The movies are open.
We are back, baby! We're back!
Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out, and what that means is that we, the Brothers Trust, can invite you to the premiere.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep!
There are 4 tickets up to grabs to come with me to the LA premiere of Spider-Man No Way Home. We'll fly you to LA. We'll give you $1,000 spending money. Cash! Put you up in a swanky hotel. There are 2 ways you can win. 1 is our usual sweepstakes. 2 is a live stream contest all about movies.
That's rad.
It's going to be an absolute blast. I can't wait. I'm so proud of the movie. The Brothers Trust is honored and so grateful that Marvel and Sony have given us this opportunity to raise some money, for some really amazing charities. So please join us. I'll see you there. I can't wait. I'll see you in LA.
Hey everyone, what's up? I'm Tom Holland and welcome to Venture into Cures. Epidermolysis bullosa, or EB for short, I'm going to stick with EB, is a terrible disease and we are so close to finding a cure, but we need your help. Over the next hour, I am going to lead you through this urgent mission. It's actually really humbling, you know. Of all the superheroes they could have picked, they picked me, you know, you got Captain America and Thor, and... I'm so sorry, I thought I turned my phone off. I will just... I need to take this, I'm really sorry. Oh, 2 minutes, we can do this again, Hang on. Hey Robert, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you.
Hey. What's up, T-Ho?
I'm just about to start hosting the Venture into Cures. It's kind of a big deal, you know, we're on this mission here to help cure EB.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's really cool. I actually know all about it.
Really?
Well, yeah. Epidermolysis bullosa, it's a single gene mutation, group of rare diseases that cause fragile blistering skin, derived from mutations in the type 7 collagen gene, also known as the butterfly disease, affects about 500,000 worldwide. I know it, yeah. They asked me to host, but I had no excuse. I was so not busy, I suggested they call you instead.
Oh, cool, man. Well, I knew that. I knew that they called you first and they called me second, so it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. No, you didn't know.
Thanks, man. Well, I really appreciate
Well, I just wanted to call and say good luck and hope you kick some serious EB butt. It's a great cause. I'm all about it. Love you later. Bye.
Oh, he's gone. He does that. We talk all the time, we're good friends. But listen, I'm really pleased to be hosting this very, very important event, even as runner-up. But the truth is, over the next hour, we will introduce you to a bunch of the Earth's mightiest heroes, families and patients living with EB from across the world. So watch, learn, and along with these amazing people, let's cure EB. If you don't already know, EB Research Partnership is the largest global organization dedicated to funding research to treat and cure EB. And that need to find a cure is truly an urgent one. The urgency is made obvious every time we see a kid struggle to, well, just be a kid. Imagine playing and a little scrape becomes a wound that just won't heal. Or imagine not being able to play at all. But a cure is within our reach. And what's really cool is that the science behind curing EB will also lead the way to curing thousands of other rare diseases. Once I was cast as Spider-Man, my family and I had the idea to use my platform to fundraise and shine a light on charities that might struggle to be heard. And because I have 3 brothers, the Brothers Trust was born. And our very first cause was EB. EB first came to our attention when my dad hooked up with an old work buddy, Mick Thomas. Mick's son Oliver was born with EB, a disease my dad had never heard of. No doubt it was the same for Mick and his wife Sarah. To see how EB had impacted him and witness his constant pain broke my heart. Before my mum could take this photograph, she had to take a moment outside the room because she was just not prepared for what she saw. Along with Oliver, the Brothers Trust also met James Dunn and Freddie Fincham, 2 other young people with EB who left us too soon. Anyone seeing EB and its effects will understand why we have to find a cure for people all over the world like Oliver, like James, and like Freddie. But don't take my word for it. This is Oliver's mum, Sarah. She is the best person to explain why we need your support.
Oliver was born on 19th of July, 1989. So he's reached the grand old age of 32, which in EB terms is absolutely incredible, and he is incredible. Oliver is as fragile as a butterfly. He now can't weight bear, he can hardly swallow, he's almost lost the sight, it can blister eyes and internal linings. 5 hours every morning, dressings, again at night. He has a lollipop of morphine every night to take away the pain. That's the only way he can get the dressings off. Through all this, he has never, ever moaned once. It's so exciting to hear that EBRP are working on a cure for EB. It's too late for our Oliver, but it's so exciting to think, hopefully, that will be his legacy. Our wish is that no future Olivers have to go through what our Oliver has been through. It's too cruel, and I'm absolutely delighted that we're here, we're being able to convey this message, because it ravaged my son, and I want no more EB for the future generations.
For families living with EB around the world, mission critical is right now. The plan is in place and we are ready to take off. We just need the funding. If you can help, we've made it easy. There are 3 ways to give. Click the button to donate, text CURE-EB to 24365, or go to ebresearch.org to learn more. Now, I am really happy to be joined by someone who is instrumental to this mission, the co-founder of EBRP, Jill Vedder.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Jill. So, Oliver was a huge reason why my family and I decided to get involved in helping cure EB. What was it for you and Eddie?
So my childhood friend growing up had a son, Mikey, born with this horrific disease. And when we met him, we knew immediately we had to get involved. So us with a group of other parents decided to start EBRP.
That's amazing. And since you started EBRP, what sort of progress have you seen over the years?
We have made a ton of progress. When we first started, there were only 2 clinical trials, and now 10 years later, we have over 30.
Wow.
So I want to thank you for being here. The mission will really change the lives of children and families around the world. And when we cure EB, not if, the same research will also help millions suffering from thousands of other rare diseases.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much. Let's do it. You heard Jill, when, not if. So click text, go to the website, support the science to support the cure.
Now here's Ed with more about why we need everyone's support to do this right now.
This is Eli. This is Mikey. And this is Tilly. They are each curious, creative, and loving. And they are also some of the strongest people you will ever meet. Born with epidermolysis bullosa, or EB, their strength comes from a profound understanding of pain. Until you meet someone with EB, that pain can be hard to understand.
My brave mom? You are the bravest guy I know, bud.
Epidermolysis bullosa affects the body's largest organ, the skin. People with EB are missing vital proteins that bind the skin together. Without these, the skin tears apart, blisters, and shears off, leading to pain, disfigurement, and wounds that may never heal. They call it the butterfly disease because their skin is said to be as fragile as a butterfly's wings. This is the experience of 500,000 people living with EB worldwide. And because of a lowered life expectancy, they are mostly children, just like Eli, Mikey, and Tilly. But this is changing. What started as the mission of 3 families living with EB has turned into a bold and innovative movement. Over the years, EBRP has partnered with brilliant researchers and doctors, leading to more than 10 times the amount of clinical trials. And now, we are pioneering a new model for how disease can be cured: venture philanthropy. We don't just write checks and hope for the best. We invest in the most promising projects. When that research proves successful, we use the return on investment to fund even more research until a cure is found. And now EBRP is a global endeavor, ensuring that science does not sleep and research happens 24/7. Curing EB is not an if, it is a when. Scientists know EB's genetic target and are studying cutting-edge techniques like gene editing and stem cell technology to develop a cure. Momentum is everything. We can cure this. Every Eli, Mikey, and Tilly out there deserves to grow up and to live, deserves to fly. Help us heal EB.
As Eddie said, help us heal EB. Together we can and we will. That's the mission for everyone living with this disease, including our next hero, little Lila Scott. This is her story. Twirling on tippy toes, sailing down slides, and crushing that second scoop. Sometimes it's just the simple things that give us the greatest joy. But for this fierce 4-year-old, the simple things can also be her greatest challenge. A fearless fighter from day one, Lila Scott's skin was covered in sores as soon as she was placed into her mother's arms.
When Lila was born, within the first 24 hours, she had been to 3 different hospitals. We spent a week in hospital learning how to provide the care and wound management that Lila would require throughout her life.
For this little warrior, every day brings a struggle with ordinary things. Lila wears her clothes inside out because the rough seams can tear her skin, And with her tiny feet often red and raw, wearing shoes is nearly impossible.
She never likes us touching her feet, especially they're very sensitive for her, so it makes it hard for us to manage.
So comfort comes in the little piggies that she calls friends. Their playful snuggles offer affection and help to ease some of her stress.
It's definitely emotional, treating and managing her wounds, because living with EB is likened to third-degree burns, so it's very painful for her.
Supported by a team of doctors, they focus on relieving her pain and trying to prevent infection and scarring. With each passing day, her parents put on a brave face, hopeful that a cure is just a matter of time.
We're most hopeful that Lila will be able to grow up and live pain-free, not let EB define who she is or set limits for her.
But despite her pain, Lila radiates joy, courage, and an innocent optimism that we can each learn from. Lila Scott deserves a life free of pain, and the biggest barrier to finding a cure for Lila and all of those suffering from EB isn't science, it's funding. So please, join the mission and donate now. Together, let's cure EB. Now for a very special performance, over to the one and only Jack Johnson.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm really glad to be here with all of you. And if we all pull together, we can find a cure for EB. I want to dedicate this song to Lila and all the other brave children out there living with EB. And just know that we're all here with you. There's a song called My Little Girl. Hey, little girl, you might not know this song. Well, this is not the kind of song that you can get your groove on to. But hey, little girl, well, maybe someday. At least that's what all the good people will say. Hey, little girl, now look what you've done. You've gone and stole my heart and made it your own. Hey, little girl, black and white and right and wrong only live inside a song that I can sing to you. You don't ever have to feel lonely. You will never lose any tears. You don't have to feel any sorrow when you look back on the years. But how can I look you in the eyes and tell you such big lies? The best I can do is try to show you how to love with no fear. My little girl, you've gone and stole my heart and made it your own. You've gone and stole my heart and made it your own. Take care.
Thank you so much. I think it's pretty clear that we all take our mission to cure EB very seriously. But even in the most serious of times, we all need to find room for some laughs. Humor has the power to inspire hope. No one knows this better than Jonathan Gianfrido. He lives with EB and is one of the most positive people you could ever meet. His secret weapon is humor. Here's his story.
Action. The day Jonathan was born was pretty hectic. He was born and they noticed something wasn't right. And I figured, oh, he was just in too long. He was 2 weeks late. I had people coming and saying, oh, this is what we think he has, epidermolysis bullosa. And I said, can you spell that for me? It was pretty devastating.
And it was probably one of the worst days of my life because they told me how horrible his life was going to be. He wouldn't be able to eat without pain. He wouldn't be able to walk without pain.
Which, as a mom, you want to comfort them, you want to kiss the boo-boos away, and I can't. And it's probably the hardest part about this disorder. I can't make it better.
EB stands for epidermolysis bullosa. Try saying that 5 times fast. We're called butterfly children because of how fragile butterflies are and how fragile our skin is.
It is the collagen 7 that's in your skin, so the roots in your skin is the part that we're missing. It's the part that holds your skin. That's why we're so fragile. Soak the bandages so they don't get stuck. Because if we don't, they don't come off as easy as they should.
It's a hideous disorder with a kid with the most infectious smile.
My mom is very loving. She never gave up. So I'm trying my best not to give up. And it's very hard. I mean, people say I know just how you feel when really they never do. They would never know how it feels for any EB kid to go through this much stress and torture.
For everything he goes through, he still always has been able to make people smile.
Making John's soup.
Dijon soup.
Should I have them go get
Now
it?
only at selected locations. Oh.
Once
That's right, ladies, I'm available.
When he smiles and he laughs, you could be in the worst mood ever, and you're like, I'm not gonna laugh, but eventually you laugh.
Just took a bath. You guys just witnessed it. I guess I'm a funny guy. I have a great personality when I'm not doing bandages and getting a lot of pain. I just try to make everybody happy.
Hey, what's up, Jonathan? Thank you for sharing your story. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Tom. How are you doing?
I'm great, thanks. So listen, man, I need your help right now. We are about to launch this huge EB challenge, okay? Are you ready?
I'm ready. Lay it on me.
To everyone watching, we want you to post your cheesiest joke and then challenge your friends and family to do the same. We want you to raise awareness and funds to cure EB. So hashtag EB is no joke and fire away. Jonathan, you get the honor of launching the first bad joke, so go for it.
Okay, here's one, Tom. Why does Spider-Man get in trouble with his aunt?
I don't know why.
Because he spent too much time on the web.
Okay, full points for a terrible joke, and I should have seen that coming. Now, I want to challenge my dad, my brothers, and Jonathan, I know that you would like to challenge another set of brothers. So here, with their EB is no joke, bad joke, are the Jonas Brothers.
Hey, we're the Jonas Brothers, and in support of finding a cure for EB, we are going to do a joke.
Yeah, EB is no joke, so we're doing a bad joke.
And that joke goes a little like this.
Why did Adele cross the road?
To say hello from the other side.
Oh, that was terrible. Truly awful. So that was ours. Then we're going to challenge 3 more people. So we're going to challenge Lewis Hamilton, Ryan Tedder, and...
Let's go with McConaughey.
Matthew McConaughey.
Now we're going to send it off for a very special performance. Make some noise. Give it up for Ed Sheeran.
It takes a lot of strength and courage to face EB every day, and it takes the same strength and courage to boldly find a cure. Let's come together and find a cure for EB.
There we go. All right, thanks for having me.
This is a dark parade, another rough patch to rain on, I know your friends may say this is a cause for celebration. Hip hip hooray. Photographs and sepia tones, so still the fire's barely fighting the cold. There were times when I could feel your ghost, just when I'm almost letting it go. The cards were stacked against us both. I will always love you for what it's worth. We'll never fade like graffiti on the overpass. I know time may change the way you think of us, but I remember the way we were. You were the first full stop, love that will never leave. Baby, you'll never be lost on me. Ooh, this is a goddamn shame. I never wanted to break it or leave us tainted. No, I should walk away, but I just can't replace us or even erase us. The car was stuck, the engine stalled, and both of us got caught out in the snow. highest road that we'd ever known. The cards were stacked against us both. I will always love you for what it's worth. We'll never fade like graffiti on the overpass. I know time can change the way you think of us, but I remember the way we were. You were the first full stop, love that will never leave. Baby, you'll never be lost on me. Woo, woo, woo. Baby, you'll never be lost on me. Woo, woo. And I will always love you for what it's worth. We'll never fade like graffiti on the overpass. I know time they can change the way you think of us. And I remember the way we were. You were the first full stop, love that will never leave. Baby, you'll never be lost on me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Lost on me. Ooh, graffiti on the overpass.
Thanks so much for having me. Nice one.
Wow, what an amazing performance. Now, if you can, we need your help. Click the button, text Cure EB to the number below, or go to ebresearch.org to learn more. You can even give crypto via the Crypto for Cures Fund. And Elon, I'm talking to you. Astronomer Carl Sagan once said, "We live in a society exquisitely dependent on science and technology, in which hardly anyone knows anything about science and technology." Well, I'm proud to introduce someone who is clearly an exception. Over to the actress, director, podcaster, and oh yeah, neuroscientist, Mayim Bialik.
Thank you, Tom. Science is truly a wondrous thing, and EB Research Partnership's mission to cure the disease is fueled by exceptional people who are working day and night to get the job done. I'm proud to meet two of them now, Dr. Andrew South of Thomas Jefferson University, and from Stanford University, Dr. Jean Tang. Hello, doctors.
Hi, Mayim.
Hello, Mayim. Good to be here.
We've heard that a cure is not an if, it's a when. What stage is the research at?
It's a great question. We're so excited about EB research. Right now, there are four phase 3 clinical trials. This is the final phase before the FDA evaluates whether a new therapy is effective or not. And it's incredibly exciting because hopefully one or all of those will work. I never thought when I started doing this research 15 years ago that we would have 4 randomized clinical trials, but this shows you the commitment from the patients, from the foundations, and from drug developers to finally find a cure or a treatment for EB.
What are you most hopeful about?
I'm hopeful that the work we do in the lab gets into patients and makes a difference. The science that we do, the findings, the more we understand about EB as a disease, the better we can figure out what to do to combat it and treat it and ultimately find that cure. And that's really the hope that gets us out of bed every morning and gets us into the lab to do the work we do.
I'm also incredibly hopeful about a new paradigm of how to do clinical trials and research. I'm hopeful about a new patient registry where patients can have genetic testing done at home. They can answer surveys done at home. And this is a wonderful model to study rare diseases because patients have such a hard time coming to study centers and universities to participate in trials or studies. But if we can move this to the comfort of the patient's home, where it minimizes travel, minimizes time away from school, or the parents or the caregivers' responsibility to travel, this would be huge. And this is huge because this will revolutionize how we study other rare diseases.
We've heard that a cure for EB will also help people with other rare diseases. Can you help explain that?
Sure. So EB is caused by changes in a person's DNA, really, really little changes, but they have quite a big effect. And essentially, there are hundreds of other diseases that are caused by changes in DNA, but which affect different parts of the body. So if we understand in EB how to fix that DNA, then we can use the same principles to fix DNA for hundreds of other rare diseases.
So for all of the families and patients watching, what can we do for you? You know, we can't do the work in the lab, but there are lots of other things that we can do to help. Tell us what you need.
Well, I think obviously raising awareness, public awareness about EB is critical, but also raising awareness of the work that's going on, the work that's being funded into understanding the science behind EB and rare diseases. And so that sort of raising awareness, I think, is critical. And then, of course, fundraising, raising the money in order for us to do the work. The sad reality is that laboratories like mine and Dr. Tang's and other EB researchers around the world need the funds in order to do the work.
What I can say to parents right now is I know I don't walk in your shoes. I don't have to wake up every day and do the hard things that you do that the rest of us take for granted. So I'm thinking about you and your families every day. And I am hopeful that a cure is on the horizon in the next 5 to 10 years if we can test many of these treatments very early on, especially at the newborn stage.
I want to thank you both for the amazing work that you do and for taking the time to share it with us. Remember, if you want to support this research and help cure EB, donate now. You can click the donate button. You can text Cure EB to 24365 or go to ebresearch.org to learn more.
Thanks, Mayim. My name is Patrice Williams, and my son Jonah lives with junctional EB. The odds of being born with his type of EB are 1 in 2 million. I wrote about our story to inspire others, and I'm happy to share it with you now.
Hello, my name is Jonah.
Jonah Alexander entered the world at 3:50 p.m. on February 27, 2009. He spent 32 days in the NICU. For the first 2 years of his life, we had no idea if he would survive. I took thousands of photos, hundreds of videos. What if this was the last time I got to see him make that face? Say that word, utter that sound, capture every moment. Because what if it was the last? But he has survived. He is 12 now. He endures daily wound care, being fed through a G-tube, and constant pain. He gets a full-body bath and dressing change every 48 hours. He battles blisters all over his body, on his gums and tongue, making eating difficult, and on his corneas, leaving him in darkness for days at a time. Without insurance, his bandages would cost more than $15,000 a month. Despite it all, he is determined to live his life. He helps coach his little brother's baseball team and plays in a modified league himself. He likes to play video games, cheer on the Atlanta Braves, and talk sports with his dad. He loves to write, and most of his characters are named Bob. He tolerates math but thinks science is for the birds. He names the wild animals in the yard using only alliteration. He really loves his dogs. He likes reading Harry Potter and eating chicken wings. He hopes to go into sports broadcasting where he can pursue his sports passion even when his body won't let him play. He hopes for a cure.
When I swim, I feel free. I can't do many physical things, but I can and know how to swim. You should try swimming with me.
He loves so big and feels so deep. His experience with EB has given him a compassionate and empathetic heart for others. He is a light and a breath of fresh air. Because of him, we know what to hold on to and what to let go. Because of him, we love deeper, live fuller, and try not to waste time. It is a gift. He is a gift. He has changed so many hearts, and I think he might just change the world. Like Jonah, we are all hoping for a cure. Please help if you can, and learn more about the amazing work EBRP is doing at ebresearch.org.
In support of finding a cure for EB, I've been called out to do an EB is no joke, bad joke. Here goes. I used to play piano by ear, but now I use my hands. Yes. Okay, I challenge Jack Black to top that lame joke and challenge everyone watching to do the same. Let's raise our voices, raise some money, and prove together that we can heal EB.
Hi, it's me, Jack Black. I don't really tell jokes, but I'm gonna give it a try. Knock, knock. Who's there? Heiny Tip. Heiny Tip who? You need to poo? Then go ahead and poo. I'll come back later. End of joke.
That was awesome. Okay, so now listen, everyone, I challenge you to pick up your phone, record your best cheesy joke. You know you have one, I know you have one, and share it on social, okay? Our mission is to raise awareness and raise funds to cure EB, okay? Challenge your cousin, your bestie, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friend, your pizza guy, your mum and dad, your dog, anyone. Hashtag EB is no joke, okay? But let's get back to the reason we're here. I'd like to pass things over to Zendaya with a very special story you won't want to miss.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you to everyone watching and working towards a cure for EB. Okay, so let me tell you a little secret. I know a thing or two about superheroes, okay? And if you're ever confused about what a real superhero looks like, 3 things you need to look for, okay? 1, someone who always gets back up when life knocks them down. 2, someone who always has courage in the face of adversity. And 3, someone who always uses their talents to make the world a better place. Now, if you're still confused and don't know what a real superhero looks like, let me introduce you to one. This is Novelette Monroe. Novelette Monroe was born with recessive dystrophic EB. Despite her constant pain, Novelette maneuvers through life with a seemingly higher purpose.
Butterfly child. Each day you wake to a tainted frame. Wings so fragile you can hate how maimed. How hard it can be, enduring all your pain. How lonely it can feel that no one understands your frame.
At only 12 years old, she developed a passion for poetry. Bravely expressing herself became a path to process her struggles.
Poetry has always been a source of means of strength and ways to figure things out, just trying to make sense of the senselessness that can be life sometimes.
Over time, her award-winning poems became published, inspiring others to find their voice and inner strength. Graduating with honors from the University of Toronto, Novelette achieved a humanities degree with a focus on philosophy. Perhaps it was that quest to answer questions around our existence and belonging that led her to find her calling as a peer bereavement volunteer.
I'm a grief facilitator. I walk alongside others on their grief journeys. Because of EB, a lot of friends of mine have passed away. The volunteering I do at least helps me feel like I can use it in a productive way.
Helping people deal with their grief allowed Novelette to validate her own emotions, allowed her to be heard and understood, and allowed her to gain a sense of power, knowing that she is contributing to her community. Fighting spirit, courage, and a will to make the world a better place. Those are the qualities of a superhero. And her name is Novelette Monroe. Okay, now it's your turn to be a superhero, okay? And you don't need super speed or super strength. All you need is a heart to help us find the cure for EB, okay? So if you can't help, you can click the button right there, or you can text Cure EB to 24365, or you can visit ebresearch.org. Thank you all for your help. Now let's do this.
Hi everyone, Catherine O'Hara here. We are actually within reach of finding a cure. So please text the number below, hit us up on the website, get involved any way you can. Those living with EB deserve our help, and we are this close to finding a cure. Thank you.
One big thing.
If you're lucky,
You'll find friends in this life who become more like family. Their happiness is your joy. Their struggle is a shared journey. When I first met Mike Kauf at the University of Maryland all those years ago, I'm not going to tell you I knew he was going to be my guy, all right? He's got a lot of Jersey in him. Let's just say it like that. He roots for the Giants and the Yankees. I root for the Washington football team and the Orioles. You know, we kind of butted heads at first, but I had a feeling he'd become my guy. And I was right, because Mike's like my brother. He and his incredible wife, Brooke, are like family to me. I was honored to officiate their wedding, and it's been a privilege to be a part of their lives, a part of their joy, and a part of their struggle as well. When their daughter Charlie was born with epidermolysis bullosa, none of us knew what that meant, or how to say it, or what it would mean for Mike and Brooke, their son William, and most importantly, what it would mean for little Charlie. Day in and day out, like all kids with EB, things are not easy for her. EB does not take a day off, as you know. It doesn't give her or her family a break. But Charlie won't let EB rob her of her spirit. She is whip smart, she is feisty, she is funny, she is so many things. And when we asked Charlie to tell us a little bit more about herself, here's what she had to say.
My name is Charlie and I am 9 years old. When I was younger, people always called me a princess, but I didn't feel like a princess. I felt like a ninja. I like ninjas because they're cool, in control, and in disguise.
We discovered that Charlie had EB when she was born. A piece of skin had ripped off her foot so much that the bone was showing.
Brooke started Googling skin conditions. EB came up. And I said, there's no chance. I said, we don't have it in our family, you don't have it in your family, I've never even heard of it before.
We were devastated, completely devastated, and in shock and disbelief.
Ninjas don't have to be told that they're brave, they just are. Some days are harder than others, but I always find something to smile about. I always try to focus on things I love the most. My friends, animals, and my family.
Her whole body is softly wrapped in silicone with bandages over that. So that whole process takes about 3 hours. And then she goes on with her day, and it's like EB's over, and I'm gonna continue on to be this amazing, beautiful girl that I am.
Every ninja needs a good teacher. And for me, that's my mom and dad. They teach me and my brother, be kind, be honest, be you. I think that if more people got that, the world would be in a nicer place.
Charlie is like a ninja because she's always fighting every day to stop EB.
She's very intuitive and she's very empathetic, and she's extremely talented at drawing. She can just look at any picture and the emotion that she draws in their eyes is incredible.
I know if we all go into ninja mode, if we're all strong, we can knock out EB.
For the first time since she was born, I see a lot of hope.
We're really impressed with the work that EBRP is doing, and we're hoping within the next, call it 5 to 10 years, this will be done.
So please, don't call me a princess. I have important ninja work to do.
Charlie, your old bald-headed Uncle Scott will make you a promise. I won't call you a princess, all right, darling? No child should have to endure the pain of EB, and our mission is simple, to raise as much money as possible to help find a cure for Charlie and the thousands of others who suffer from EB. If you can, support right now, texting or going to ebresearch.org. Here's James Arthur.
Great crowd, isn't it? Good crowd. Have any of you heard my new song, September? All right, well, we're going to play it right now. It goes like this. I remember when I met you just before September. You were dancing in the street, rocking that pink and leather. Beg my friend for your number. I bet you don't remember. That's how we began. I pursued you for a year, I would have waited longer. I knew ultimately it would make me feeling stronger. The first time that I kissed you, I could look in the mirror and like who I was. But I could never wait for the weekends when you would come over, 'cause that's when I'd see you again. You're all my strength and my weakness. You battle my demons. You're still undefeated. Sometimes I get a little bit jaded. Too much pressure just to make it. You smile when I'm angry and I hate it. Sick, but I'll still. Let's go back to bed until we break it. I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. If you wanted to, I started family with you. I remember being foolish when I met your mother. Because she had that Irish charm, right then I knew I'd love her. That's where you got your heart. When we got back to the car, I knew you were the one. I could never wait for the weekends when you would come over, 'cause that's when you're all my strength and my weakness. You battle my demons. You're still undefeated. Sometimes I get a little bit jaded. Too much pressure just to make it. You smile when I'm angry and I hate it. But I still love you for the rest of my life. My crush on you has never faded. Let's go back to bed until we break it. I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. If you wanted to, I started family with you. Sing, if you wanted to, I started family. Sometimes I get a little bit jaded. Too much pressure just to make it. You smile when I'm angry and I hate it. But I still love you for the rest of my life. My crush on you has never faded. Let's go back to bed until we break it. I'm gonna love you for the rest of my life. And if you wanted to, I started family with you. If you wanted to, I started family with you.
Hey everybody, Bill Maher here. Those living with EB deserve our help, and we are so close to finding a cure. Text the number below. Hit us up on the website. Please get involved any way you can. I thank you.
Okay, guys, we're about halfway through the show, and we have so many more stories and performances to share. Next up, she's a role model, advocate, and humanitarian, Selena Gomez.
When I first heard about Mary Haddad, I was taken by her beauty, grace, and strength. Mary had posted a quote that read, "When you have a rare disease, you face two battles. One being the illness itself, and the other is living in a world where so few people understand what you're up against." I know firsthand how scary and lonely it can be to face an illness, but I also know that when you surround yourself with people who understand you, the world can be a little less scary. It's my honor to share Mary's story and the hope that more people begin to understand her journey and that of all those living with EB. Mary Haddad was born with dystrophic EB. Growing up, her parents were anxious every time they'd touch her. They were worried that they would inflict pain on their beautiful little girl.
When I was a baby, there were so many challenges. My skin was so fragile that my parents couldn't even hold me. Doctors weren't expecting me to live for that too long, but surprisingly, I'm still here, so.
EB is tough no matter what, but for Mary, the challenges have been extreme.
2014 was a very tough year because that's the year I heard that I had skin cancer. My doctor's like, "Do you want to amputate your leg?" And when I heard that, I felt numb.
In a surgery that lasted 8 hours, Mary had her right leg amputated. But she never let bitterness steal her joy. Never let the things she couldn't do stop her from doing the things that she loved.
I got really into makeup when I had my amputation. I wanted something to occupy my mind with something else. It took me to a better place. I just think makeup gives me more confidence. It's art. I want to show people that even with my EB, I can still do things. If you believe in us and if we believe in ourselves.
For Mary, makeup isn't about covering anything up. It's about revealing something. Her courage and inner strength.
Well, my whole life I didn't fit in. Nowhere. I've learned over time, it's okay not to fit in. It's okay to be you, to be yourself, and it's okay if I'm rare, because no one else is like me.
Her artistry shows us that Mary is so much more than the rare disease. Mary is a rare human who can teach every one of us how to embrace positivity and light.
Our skin disorder, they call it the butterfly skin. No butterfly is alike. Every butterfly is different and so beautiful, and us humans are like that too. No matter what color or what background, you're you. You're rare, you're beautiful, and that's the most important thing.
Mary, you are beautiful inside and out and remind all of us about the power we each hold. To live in a world that is caring and inclusive, we must promote understanding. If you want to learn more about EB and be a part of finding a cure, please go to ebresearch.org.
Thank you so much, Selena. EB Research Partnership was started in 2010 by a group of parents who were just trying to save their kids' lives. Since then, the organization has worked around the clock to find a cure for EB. Helping to spearhead that mission, I'm excited to introduce the CEO of EBRP, and all-around great guy, Michael Hund.
Thank you, Tom, and thanks to everyone for being part of this mission. I've said it before, and I will keep saying it until it's done. We have one bold, audacious goal: to cure EB and to cure it quickly. Frankly, we believe in this goal so deeply because it is so bold. In 1962, John F. Kennedy said, "We choose to go to the moon, not because it's easy, but because it's hard. Because it'll measure the best of our collective energies and skills. Because it's a challenge that we intend to win." 7 years later, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. Some call ventures like this outcome-based thinking, focusing on the destination to inspire the journey. At EB Research Partnership, our vision, our moonshot is a venture into cures. We call this outcome-based believing. Why? Because curing EB is not an if, it is only a when. Many diseases have hundreds or even thousands of mutations. Researchers spend an eternity trying to decode an infinite array of possibilities. But in the EB community, we have pinpointed the mutation that causes EB down to one gene, the gene that allows our skin to heal. We have discovered our target. We have it in our sights. It's not science fiction, it's scientific certainty. We believe we can bring together the greatest medical minds and skill sets because it's a challenge we are willing to accept. There will be more clinical trials for EB in the next 3 years than the last 10 years combined. Now is a critical moment in time. Don't you think it's time to replace pain and fear with hope and healing? Doctor's visits and surgeries with just being a kid. Replace bandages and bleach baths with a cure. With your help, we can get it done. We will heal EB.
Hi, sorry. Thank you, Michael. Okay, as we know, EB is a rare genetic disease, but when we heal it, we'll also be able to cure a ton of other rare diseases. There are loads of numbers and stats in here somewhere in this piece of paper that will show this incredible domino effect of...
Did someone say domino?
Lily, oh, thank goodness you're here. Listen, can you please explain to these kind people watching how the domino effect of finding a cure for EB will work?
Happy to help out, Tom. See, EB is just one of more than 7,000 other rare diseases that exist in the world. Overall, 1 in 10 people are affected by a rare disease. That's more than HIV and cancer combined. EB Research Partnership is working towards finding a cure for EB, and in the process, will pioneer the path to help cure all rare diseases. And when it does, we'll be able to help 400 million people, or roughly 10% of the global population. That's pretty cool, right? So come on, people, let's be a part of the domino effect and work together to heal EB.
Hi, this is Jim Jefferies here. Look, let's just cure this thing. How hard can it be? Well, it's pretty hard, but a cure is within reach, and we can do this together. Just hit us up on this text number below, hit us up on the webpage, do whatever you can, just get involved. People with EB deserve our help, so let's find a cure together. Thank you very much.
Our next guest, we have to phone in, right? We're gonna call him. Just a second, everybody. We just have to wait for this call to go through. We're ringing. Here he is. Gonzo, hey, how you doing?
Hi, Tom.
What are you doing?
I'm being a superhero like you, suspended high above the city by a single strand of web. In fact, I'm... You don't use cobwebs, do you?
No, but Gonzo, why are you doing this?
Because everybody looks up to Spider-Man. He's so cool.
Well, thank you, but Gonzo, sometimes being cool isn't all it's spun up to be.
Ah, spider pun, I get that.
They come with a costume.
Don't you see, Tom, it would be so great to just be exactly like Spider-Man.
But Gonzo, you don't need to be like somebody else, just be yourself. You're one of a kind, you're different.
Oh, you noticed that, huh?
Yeah, and it's cool being different. It means you're putting something wonderful in the world that wasn't there before.
Well, I guess you're right. And you know what? I don't even have to hang upside down to do that, unless I want to.
Right. Trust me, Gonzo, there is nobody else like you, and that's awesome.
Well, thanks, Tom. You know, it really was great to meet you, even if it is on a webcam. See what I did there?
Good one. Hey, listen, do me a favor. I've got to go and get ready for the next segment, so could you introduce our next guest?
Yeah. Thanks, Tom. And now I want all of you to meet a friend of mine, 8-year-old Clara. She's a super cool kid who is inspiring kids with EB every single day. Clara loves science, swimming, and inventing.
Current invention I'm working on, an automatic translator.
How awesome is that? She was born with severe generalized EB simplex. This can be hard because she sometimes gets blisters and needs to spend lots of time being bandaged to make sure that her skin is protected. EB affects every part of her life, but Clara is a true hero. She gets up, she gets dressed, she goes to school, and she is a proud Girl Scout. Lots of times she hurts, and EB never gives her a break. She really wanted to do something to help, so she put on a bake sale to raise money for EBRP.
Bake sale on Sunday, come here and have a fun day. Eat all your worries away and help cure EB, yeah!
It all goes to help speed things up so the scientists can fix it and make life better for Clara and everyone else with EB. Hey, Clara, how are you?
Hi, Gonzo. I'm happy to see you.
Oh, I'm happy to see you too. Say, that's pretty cool that you raised all that money in your bake sale. Hey, were there any cupcakes?
Yes, there were cupcakes. There were vanilla and chocolate cupcakes.
Oh, I wish I'd been there. Hey, I hear you won a special award from your school. Can you tell me about that?
Last year, I won the award for most inspiring student at my school. I won this award because I work really hard, I am smart, and I always try my best to be kind.
Oh, Clara, I just love you. Hey, I was wondering, is there any one thing that you would like everybody watching to understand about EB?
For me, having EB means kids ask a lot of questions about my bandages. It also means that sometimes I can miss out on a lot of things when I need to get my dressings changed. I think most people with EB would be really happy if there was a cure. I know I would.
Well, you're absolutely right. We've got to find a cure. And you know, you are just about the coolest, bravest kid I've ever met. Thank you so much for talking with me. We're all so proud of you. You stay strong, okay, Clara?
Okay, bye, Gonzo. You're just about the coolest whatever ever.
Bye-bye, Clara. And to all of you watching, don't forget to go to ebresearch.org to support the mission, just like Clara and me.
Thanks, Gonzo. As Clara showed us, we all have the power to step up and make an urgent difference in the lives of those living with EB. This is our chance to change the future and provide a real source of hope. Hope for the community of physicians and scientists dedicated to curing EB, and a hope for all of those who just want to live a pain-free life. The Desha family are firm believers in hope and understand that when paired with research and innovation, great things can happen.
When I was growing up, I knew something was wrong with my skin. I wasn't sure what it was. For instance, I remember as a kid, every time I play soccer, I would come home and I would miss skin on my legs all over, and I was the only kid that had it. And every now and then, I would get cuts on my legs, on my hands, or whatever. But I got used to live with it. I never knew there was a disease called EB, or EB simplex. I just thought that I had sensitive skin that would just tear off, on every little friction.
I realized something was wrong with my kids' skin. I mean, their skin, every time I turned around, there was another cut on them. And then one day I went to my doctor's office, and my doctor happened not to be there, and there was another doctor who had seen a case of EB. And when I started describing what was going on with my kids, he was like, "Ann, I know what they had." A few years ago, we had a family meeting, and we decided we wanted to do something as a family, charitable-wise. And one of our sons suggested, why don't we do something for EB? Since we have it, we know about it, maybe that's where we should, concentrate our efforts.
When we got involved with the EB Research Foundation, at the time, in 2015, there were only 2 clinical trials going on. And now, just a few years later, I believe there are over 30 clinical trials, which is unprecedented in such a short time. And we're really hopeful that the cure is within reach.
One thing that's really changed over the 6 years that we've been involved is seeing these families sort of go from very little hope that there's going to be a cure to, having real hope now that it's just right around the corner and it could be, in the next couple of years.
It felt good knowing that we were working with an organization that's helping other parents who are going to be going through much worse situations than we were, to be able to have tools, resources, technology, and quite frankly, hope that they would be able to get through this and see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that we could hopefully give their kids a normal life.
Our form of EB is nothing compared to what these other kids go through. That's when we all decided we wanted to do something for them.
We now established the Desha Family Accelerator Fund with the hope to increase the research in the late stage clinical trial. And we hope to be able to reach as many patients as possible.
With this partnership, we have this hope that not only can we cure EB, but the things that get developed through this partnership can help thousands of other orphan diseases and just things in everyday life. So if you think about what burn victims have to go through, there's things that EBRP is helping to develop that can really help anyone, not just people who have this specific disease.
It's exciting to see just the wide variety of research at all of these leading global institutions around the world, and the teamwork that this organization has encouraged amongst so many different groups that are all looking for the same thing, which is to cure this horrible disease.
We can now see the light towards a cure, and there's hope that now future generations will not suffer.
Now that we see so many projects, so many research projects, and so many clinical trials going on for the EB, so we couldn't be prouder of what we're doing and being part of this very, very important project.
Hey everyone, Martin Short here. Let's cure this thing, okay? A cure is actually within reach, and together we can do this. Text the number below. Hit us up on the website. Get involved in any way you can. Please. Those living with EB deserve our help, and we are so close to finding a cure. Thank you.
This song is dedicated to all of those living with EB and all of those working tirelessly around the world to find a cure. It's incredible to know how close it is. Please join us in this critical mission and help us heal EB.
When the fire inside that burns so bright begins to grow faded, it can be hard to see the ground on which you stand. Though you may not be afraid of walking in the darkness, you will feel like a stranger in this land. You can try to carve a faith out of your own, but a broken spirit may dry out the bone, and the edges of the night may cause you sorrow. You know I may not be around this time tomorrow, but I'll always be with you. Yeah. I'll always be with you. When the hope that you hold tightly to is all but vanished, and there are no words of comfort to be found, you will know what it means to be lost and without love. May you fight to kill that deafening sound. But our holy dreams of yesterday are gone. They still haunt us like the ghosts of Babylon, and the breaking of the day might bring you sorrow. You know I may not be around this time tomorrow, but I'll always be with you. I'll always be with you. Try to carve a faith out of your own, but a broken spirit may dry out the bone, and the edges of the night may cause you sorrow. You know I may not be around this time tomorrow, but our holy dreams of yesterday are gone. They still haunt us like the ghosts of Babylon, and the breaking of the day might bring you sorrow. You know I may not be around this time tomorrow, but I'll always be with you. Yeah, I'll always be with you. I'll always be with you. I'll always be with you.
Hi, I'm Brady. Thank you for that song, Brandi Carlile. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you for helping us cure EB.
Hi everyone, Carrie Brownstein here. Let's cure this thing. A cure is actually within reach. Together we can do this. Text the number below, hit us up on the website, get involved any way you can. Those living with EB deserve our help, and we are so close to finding a cure. So thank you.
In support of finding a cure for EB, I've been called out to do a EB is no joke, bad joke. And everybody who knows me knows I'm hilarious, so my jokes aren't really bad, but I'll try. This is a joke I heard a long time ago. Hopefully it's bad. How did the elephant fit inside of the bird bath? Because he lied about its size. That was good. That was good. Anyway, I'm calling out Zoe Deschanel, Hannah Simone, and Utkarsh and Budkar. I want to hear y'all bad jokes, okay? EB is no joke, so I want to hear what y'all got to say. And I know you got some bad jokes, Utkarsh, because you ain't funny.
Spider-Man has some pretty amazing powers. Superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to shoot webs and crawl up walls. But Spider-Man wouldn't be able to do any of that if it wasn't for science. And if all of that can happen in a lab, imagine what happens when the world's top researchers focus on curing EB. It's happening, but they need our help to get it done. And they need our help now. You know how to do it. All of the details are below, so let's do it. Let's cure EB. Do it for the 500,000 people suffering with EB around the globe, including my friend, Jackson Silver.
I was born with cleidocranial dysplasia, or CCD. It's a rare genetic disease that affects the development of my bones and teeth. And when you have a rare disease like CCD or EB, there are times when you wish you could just escape to a different world, one without disease, surgeries, or pain. 13-year-old Jackson Silver has RDEB, one of the toughest forms of EB. But Jackson also has extraordinary creativity, a vivid imagination, and remarkable talent. He loves drawing and playing Dungeons & Dragons, envisioning himself in a world filled with rare monsters, forgotten realms, and tyrannical beasts.
I'm a big fan of Dungeons & Dragons, which is a role-playing game where players play the role of heroes in a fantasy setting and battle ferocious monsters and complete epic quests.
Jackson, also known in certain realms as Paleorthos, is our hero in the truest sense.
Fighting EB, it's like a D&D party. It's not something that any one person in the group can do alone. Everyone's input is needed to actually get somewhere.
And like all heroes, he's on an epic journey, an epic adventure into cures. The quiet town of Yagia has been plagued by a ravenous dragon who delights only in ruin and destruction. This ferocious beast blocks the only path to the cave of Fibrils, where the components for healing elixirs are said to be found. Atop his fearless dino Kavir, Paleorthos wields his electric sword, determined to save the people of Yagia, but he cannot do it alone. A party of bold adventurers joins Paleorthos on his epic quest. Rotkod, the cleric, is a powerful healer, like the doctors and nurses who are relentless in their efforts to treat those with EB. Our cleric is an indispensable ally in our quest. Then there's the wizard Ciencias. Like the brilliant researchers who seek to unlock the riddle of a cure, our wizard possesses a vast range of knowledge. And our group would not be complete without Saint Nirap, our noble elven rogue. Like the parents of children with EB, a rogue does not take the hits directly, but feels them just the same. Many obstacles confront our group on their epic quest to vanquish the fearsome dragon, and time is of the essence. Each moment that passes without the elixir means another moment of pain for the people of Yagia. As our band of adventurers trek past the outskirts of town through the forest of Negalok, they approach the marble chasm bridge. There, in the shadows, the beast awaits. Enormous, with a horned head, the dragon reeks of smoke and sulfur. Confident and cruel, the creature glares at the interlopers, haunting them with plumes of fire. What do they do now? Beg for mercy? Panic and retreat?
No, we are not afraid. We go to battle.
Incredibly, they choose to fight. But how? They realize they must draw upon their collective powers. The power to heal, the power of intelligence, the power of ingenuity, and the power of bravery, all combine to form a rare force that blindsides the ferocious monster. Shocked by their audacity and awed by their might, the dragon shrieks and at last spreads its wings and flies away, never to be heard from again. Rejoicing in song, the quiet town of Yagia is quiet no more as they celebrate our heroes in this milestone on the adventure into cures. We may have thwarted the dragon, but people who live with EB are on the battlefield every single day. Join Jackson, the parents, doctors, and researchers all supporting the science that will support the cure.
Wow. That was an epic adventure. And listen, next time you want to play D&D, I'm so down, okay? But first, do you think you could do me a favor and help me introduce our next performance?
Of course, Tom. Everybody, please welcome Charlotte Lawrence.
I'll never truly understand what it's like to live with EB every day, but I do understand the need to help and turning the dream of finding a cure into a reality. We're truly so close, so this is for everybody fighting for the cure of EB. Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep it down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. Listen carefully to the sound of the loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad, and the stillness of remembering what you had. What you lost, what you had, oh, what you lost. Well, thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Sad women, they will come and they will go. When the rain washes you clean, you'll know. Oh, you'll know. You will know.
Hello, Jill and Eddie and everybody at EBRP. I just wanted to say hello, and I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing, and I think it's great that you're getting the word out and helping people. I think that's a great thing. I need a haircut, and I don't look well, and yeah, I hope you guys have a really wonderful night, and I will get better at doing these things.
The 500,000 people living with EB need your help. The cure is close. It's just a matter of time. Please do what you can. Text the number below or go to ebresearch.org. Let's cure EB.
Epidermolysis bullosa, or EB, is a devastating and life-threatening genetic disease affecting children from birth and impacting the body's largest organ, the skin. When a child is diagnosed with EB, it can be a time full of confusion and questions. What is EB? What is the treatment? Is there a cure? EB Research Partnership is on a mission to be the guiding light for families living with and navigating EB. But steering through these often uncharted waters requires a map. Bold and ambitious missions, like curing a rare disease, deserve bold and ambitious teams. Driven by a shared spirit of fearless optimism, AWS and EBRP have partnered to create a first-of-its-kind technology platform powered by patients. It will curate the patient journey from the clinic to a cure, uniting the medical and patient communities to share data, collaborate, and work together towards a common goal, to accelerate treatments and a cure.
At AWS, one of our core goals is to see how we can help a nonprofit achieve their mission, the opportunity to utilize the power of machine learning, cloud computing, and rapid analytics to help advance life-saving treatments and cures for a rare disease like EB fuels our purpose. We are able to put efficiency and ease into the collaboration needed between doctors, researchers, patients, and their families to transform the patient journey. We see massive impact opportunities, first for EB itself, and then you start looking at the 7,000 other rare diseases and 10% of the population. That's the exponential impact that AWS can help work towards.
With the help of AWS, EBRP is working to offer an illuminated path to see what's ahead, and will continue to be a beacon of light and leadership in our venture into a cure.
Hi everybody, Ed O'Neill here. You know, EB is a rare disease. It's caused by a single gene mutation, but the effects can be horrific, causing painful blisters and sometimes wounds that may never heal. The 500,000 people suffering from EB need our help. Cure is close, it's just around the corner, a matter of time, but you know time is relative. Do whatever you can. You can text the number below, or you can go to ebresearch.org. Thank you.
From beginning to end, everything that we are doing is about venturing bravely and boldly into a cure. But none of us would be here if it wasn't for someone who saw a problem and wanted to turn ideas into action and inspiration into impact. Once again, over to the captain of our mission, EBRP co-founder, Jill Vedder.
Thanks, Tom. Doctors, researchers, moms, dads, families, rock stars, and superheroes. EBRP may have started with only a small group of people, but it's turned into a dedicated community focused on innovation and finding a cure. To be clear, most parents have never even heard of EB until their child is born with sheets of skin missing. And I hadn't either until my friend's son, Mikey, was born with this devastating disease. I remember asking, what is this, and what does it mean for little Mikey? Well, I've come to learn that this rare genetic disease attacks the skin from the inside and the out. It means that every morning, parents wake up not knowing what to expect. It means soaking their children in bleach baths to lessen the bacteria on their skin. It means carefully wrapping and tending to each wound to avoid infection. They travel to dermatologists, pediatricians, oncologists, physical and occupational therapists. There's surgeries to help open their hands and to open their eyes. Then they go to bed and they do it all over again. Once we understood this and understood what EB meant for Mikey and for all of the other families dealing with this day in, day out, there was no turning back. Ed and our girls, Olivia and Harper, who joins me here now, knew instantly that we had to do something to help.
Thanks, Mom. I dream of a world without EB, and right now it's time to turn our dream of a cure into a reality. A reality for Mikey and for the hundreds of thousands of people living with EB around the world. We asked some of them about their dream for a world without EB, and here's what they told us.
A world with a cure or treatment for EB would mean I wouldn't have to worry about wound care supplies, and I would be able to walk on my feet pain-free.
A world with a treatment or cure for EB would mean I'd still have my daughter Avery here with me.
Would mean my friends and family could hug me as tightly as they wanted.
Would mean not having to schedule everything I do around bandage and bath changes.
That I wouldn't have to deal with skin cancer and dialysis.
I finally would not have to watch my child be in so much pain.
Would mean that our baby would still be here.
Would mean that I finally get to plan the future for myself that I deserve without the fear of that future never happening.
No more band changes and no more pain.
Would mean not having to worry about losing any more of my friends.
EB का क्योर मिलना मतलब मैं पानी पूरी खा सकती हूँ.
Would mean less pain and itch for my patients.
It would mean that I can play competitive sports with my friends. I won't have any more bandage changes, and then I'll be happy because I don't like the cream.
Would mean no more days stuck in bed due to chronic pain. And no more endless dressing changes on wounds that never heal.
Means a world with treatment or cures
for other genetic diseases as well.
Would mean knowing what it's like to live without pain 24/7.
Det vil betyde, at jeg kan komme ud og opleve lande med varme temperaturer og dyrke en masse sport.
An end of pain and suffering, of one of the most unforgiving diseases I've ever experienced in my 23 years of nursing.
Significherebbe poter fare una passeggiata in piena estate, senza la paura di sentire dolore dopo qualche passo.
I wouldn't have to worry about who's the next friend I'm gonna lose. Watching everyone around me go
would mean more time.
Let's say goodbye to EB.
Hello, it's Ed Vedder. I'm here to truly thank you for watching tonight and for witnessing these stories of intense courage and resilience, the stories of these young folks, these incredible parents, these great doctors and researchers. It leaves me deeply moved that you'd take the time and allow the bandwidth to learn about these challenges. And it was not that long ago that there was really no hope in meeting these challenges, and yet now the progress we've made has been so huge, and we're so close. So for myself, my family, for all the EB community, I just wanted to tell you we are deeply grateful. A year ago I wrote a song on piano and sang it, and we did an animated piece for it. This year, singing that same song is a great bunch of people from Toronto, a group of singers. So this right here is choir singing their version of A Matter of Time.
We arise with the sun in our eyes, catch a break from the dark. Still times when nothing's alright as we bandage up all our parts. I'm a builder of bridges and I could fly us up to the moon. When your time is limited, well then nothing happens too soon. Navigate, come find a way, our differences be damned. So much space between us in the distance of our hands. Stakes are raised to elevate, just a second to understand. What you give this will to live, you got the cure or fight the fight. It's just a matter of time. Submit the evidence and take the stand. Let the truth testify. If I were only a grain of sand, I would still resist this tide. We're not alone on this crowded shore, and the times they do demand. Shrink the space between us, the reaching of a hand. Stakes are raised to elevate, just a second to understand. What you give this will to live, you got the cure, I got the fight. It's just a matter of time.
Thank you so much for that, and thanks to everyone who has been a part of Venture into Cures. We've heard from the families, the researchers, and even the rock stars. If we all come together, we can cure EB by the end of the decade. That's big. Take that in for a second. This is our chance to be a part of something so much larger than ourselves. So let's do it for Oliver, Jonathan, Jackson, Mary, Novelette, and Lila, Clara, and all those living with EB. Our mission is clear. The time is now. Let's cure EB. I've been your host, Tom Holland. I've really enjoyed myself, and I'll see you next year.
There's the one inside, Lord, I heard
everybody. Good night.